Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Available 2017. And the reason I say that is this. I am posting a poll today, probably right here. And the poll will be something to this effect. Should I keep my intro that I have, or should I get a new intro? Because apparently that has been the topic of conversation with a lot of people. In January, I did a poll and I said, I think it was the end of December, maybe January, the beginning of it. I said, do you guys want me to keep my intro or do you want me to come up with a new one? And 91% of people said, keep your intro, baby. So I did. The people spoke and I kept it. But I'm totally open to new things and it's not real hard for me to be creative and come up with something new, even though I stole Boost from Alyssa Edwards. Everybody asks. Yes, that's where I stole it. I love Alyssa Edwards. I'm a diehard Alyssa Edwards fan. And I think a lot of us in life repeat those things that we like about other people. We're going to get to that in a second when we discuss Raw Beauty Kristi. And stay around if you're coming here and right now you're typing, don't come for Raw Beauty. Save what you're about to say. So anyway, what had happened was I happened to, well, first of all, let me just say, in the last month or two since I made my video about Kendall Rae, discussing Kendall Rae, the legacy of Kendall Rae and the Patreon. Anyway, since I discussed my feelings towards Kendall Rae and what she had to say about drama channels, myself being a drama channel executive account elite, okay, VP of North America, East Coast, I love those conferences, they're so fun. With all this drama channels sitting around, okay, who should we go after next? Now, Peter, you have the East Coast, you get all the beauty gurus in New York. Rich Lux, you got the West Coast, you do all the people on the West Coast. So basically, I get screwed because I get the East Coast, don't nobody live on the East Coast. So anyway, wouldn't that be so funny though, like if we really did have a corporation and we were like, drama account. I say that because James Charles called us drama accounts. Drama account executives. Anyway, I mean, do you call beauty gurus beauty accounts? No, so that's silly. But anyway, a lot of people have come to me in the last month or two, let's say, and they're like, Raw Beauty Kristi made videos about drama channels. Raw Beauty Kristi made videos about drama channels. You have to respond. You have to. You have to. It's a must. And so I was like, who is Raw Beauty Kristi, okay? She raw foods, I don't know her, okay? She lived down the streets with her moms and her sister Sally and Stina. I don't know her. Who is she, who? So anyway, I didn't go to school with her. So anyway, I was thinking about that and like I had kind of like written down a little note on a post-it. I have these little post-its that are like that big. Somebody sent them to me. Thank you so much. And I put on there Raw Beauty Kristi and I would look at it every day and I'd say, what does that say? Buy raw foods? I don't know. I completely forget what it was until today. I got another comment about it. But before that comment, and this is important, I received a comment about my Gigi Gorgeous Girlfriend drama video of where I talk about gnats on there, okay? And Philippe said, now you know I love to go in here and pick out certain comments that really stand out to me. So Philippe said, why are you talking shit about gnats? The only shit you know about her is what you see online. There is a lot more to her than what you know. It's so easy for you to be sitting in that fucking chair, this fucking chair right here, I love this fucking chair, and say whatever you want about others with those rude comments about them. Why doesn't someone get behind the camera and start talking about the shitty, rude, pointless human being you are? Get a life. Well, Philippe, they already have. So, I've had quite a few videos made about me, so I know how it feels, and one of the things that I do know is this, okay? And this is a lot of what I'm going to talk about with Kristi today, is that what you put out into the world on the internet is a lot of what people are going to judge. Now, I never met Maya Angelou, okay? But I can tell you, based on what I saw on TV and in her books that I read, baby, she wasn't a bad gal, and I think she had things figured out, okay? So when you're living in the internet world, when you're living in this world of social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and your girlfriend is one of the biggest YouTubers out there, you kind of got to think about what you're putting out there and how it might be perceived by other people. I'm just saying, okay? So if I sit on this camera and I give my opinion based on what I see in a video, that's based on what I see in her. It's like standing in a tunnel with someone who has a flashlight. I only see what they show me with a flashlight. So if Nats and Gigi are going like this with a flashlight of their world, we only see what they show us. And that I'm gonna base my opinion on. Just like you guys can base your opinion on what you see on my channel. And it's just fair game, you know? So anyway, and I've never literally come for these people and said they're horrible human beings. I've said they need to change up their gig a little bit, and that's what I always do in my channel, okay? Is that I always kind of try to say, hey, this is what I love about you, this is what I don't, maybe take a look at this, maybe apologize a different way, hey, maybe be a little bit more considerate of your fans, because your fans at the end of the day are the reason why you're making your videos, your viewers, your subscribers, the people that love you, right? So anyway, that goes into, then I go down and I screen down, and I'm looking at this Raw Beauty Kristi. So I go to her channel. I'm like, I cannot find this drama channel or drama video where she talks about drama channels. And so I'm like typing all this stuff in there on YouTube. So finally I put Raw Beauty Kristi drama channels in, and baby, this video pops right on up as if it was just waiting for me. And the video is called, I will tell you, and I will also link it below. Hold on, please. The video is called... oh shit, not that one. Okay, the video is called YouTube Liars Exposed. I'm a liar. Drama Channel Rant, chit chat while I get ready or something like that, okay? Now, I went to her channel and I saw her, and her and Kendall Ray have very similar eyes. There's something about their eyes that are similar, and I thought, and you know, like, okay, I was just telling my friend Tanya this last night. So, you know when, like, you just don't, I know, I have somebody in my life that looks like Gianna from Dance Moms. I have never in my life liked that Gianna from Dance Moms. She just drives me crazy. I can't stand her, okay? I did feel real bad for her, though, when all the moms decided they were going to hire somebody else in there and they didn't want Gianna, and she cried and said, that's fine if y'all don't want me. I know how that feels to not be wanted. It hurts, okay? I like to be wanted. Don't we all want to be wanted? So anyway. But I was telling my good Judy Tanya, I said, you know what's interesting is like when you don't like somebody because they look like somebody else, kind of, right? Well, it occurred to me when I was watching Dance Moms this week, see this is how it works in my head? I was like, oh, I know why I don't like this, I don't like this girl, or Gianna anymore, it's because she looks like this girl that is just a nasty, you know what, in my life, and just always has opinions, and she's rude. So that's who she reminds me of all day long, and I'm like, that's why I don't like her. So anyway, I immediately came to her channel, and where she wants to do this little chit, she's gonna put on makeup and do chit chats about drama channels. I was like, girl, are you gonna really, at 22 minutes or something like that. I was like, I cannot watch 22 minutes of being dragged in somebody's video, but I do it every day to everybody else. So I thought, well, I'll give the gal a moment, okay? And so I start watching it. She doesn't really look a whole lot like Kendall Ray. Their gigs are similar, kind of, except she don't do any conspiracies, okay? She's 29 years old, she's married, she had a channel before that talked a lot about her trying to have children. She has since moved to that channel. I have watched a lot of Kristi's videos, so let me just put that out there, okay? In the last probably 3 hours, I probably watched 10 of her videos. So she had this other channel, and then she loved YouTube, so she started this beauty channel, and she self-proclaims that she didn't know shit about makeup. She liked it, she didn't know anything about it, right? And so she starts making these videos and all this kind of stuff, and then she grows and blah, 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 whatever. Now, with the time that she made this video, she says in there something about having 80,000 subs. She now has 160,000 subs. So Raw Beauty Kristi has doubled her numbers in 5 months. That's pretty cool, don't you think? So anyway, I'm watching this drama video, and I'm like, I am so ready to just go off on this girl, right? And this is the problem right here. This is when everybody wants to lump drama channels together and say we're all bad, okay? There's no redeeming factors to any of us. Now, if we did that to all of the beauty gurus or all the other YouTubers out there, people would be pissed, right? They would say, that is so unfair that you say all beauty gurus. But for some reason, it's completely okay for everybody else to do it to drama channels. Baby, I ain't nobody's Karina Kaboom, okay? I'm not coming on here and dragging somebody and going, I have a really exciting video. Oh, I can't wait to make this video and drag somebody's character through the mud. I just don't do that, okay? I get on video, I state my piece, I say what I have to say, and then I give a suggestion on how you might improve the situation. I always try to put some learning situation on there, and I tell my own truth, okay? So basically what I'm saying at the end of it is, listen, I learned because I done fucked up in my own life. Here, learn from my mistakes. That's what I say. I own my truth, right? Okay, So I'm watching this video, and I'm like, she's putting on makeup, and she's talking about all this kind of stuff, and she's talking about how this, you know, it's weird to her that some of the, and she says some, okay? She doesn't say all. I think she says some, I'm pretty sure. The drama channels out there make videos about other people, and she says she thinks it's kind of weird that they have opinions about other YouTubers. You know, now, like, this is the thing for me, okay, is that I don't really see it that way. I see it as we just kind of sit around, and it's like we're kind of like, I don't know, like the Examiner version of like Us Magazine or OK. Like, we're talking about bigger YouTubers and gossiping about them, but like, in that kind of way. Does that make sense? It's no different than when you go pick up one of those rag mags at the grocery store, baby. We just aren't the highest elite of it, okay? I'm not a Philip DeFranco yet. Not yet. Not yet, baby. Watch out, Philip. I'm coming. Okay, so anyway. So I start watching her video, and I'm like, this girl's really smart. Like, I really get with her gig. Like, she's got some shit to say, right? And I was really wanting to compare it to Kendall's video, where Kendall was like, you guys hurt my feelings. I can't believe it. You say this. Do you know what you do? You're hurting me and all my friends and all this kind of stuff, right? Well, she done shown her ass all over the internet, and, you know, I have to have a Patreon because it's so hard for me to work, and if I had to get a real job and all that kind of stuff. Which, let me just tell you, okay? Raw Beauty Kristi, my new favorite beauty guru of the moment, subscribe quickly to her, okay? And that's what I wanted to say on here. She says in her Q&A that she just put up 2 days ago, she says she cannot stand entitled YouTubers. Amen. And the other thing that she says on there is, I can't stand these YouTubers that talk about how hard our job is on YouTube. She's like, we make videos about makeup. She's like, we make videos, basically is what she's saying about all YouTubers. We should be so blessed that we make a living off of this. This girl, now listen. I got up, you know, on one of those websites. Y'all know who you are. I ain't giving Rita Receipt or Tina Taco Bell or Anita Dick out there that sit behind these fake ass names, okay, and come for people in gossip threads. I ain't giving you no credit, baby. No credit where credit's due. But I did get up on there because I wanted to read what people had to say about Raw Beauty Kristi, and a lot of people have shit to say about her. Oh, when she started, she's changed. Everybody says that. Well, we change. We do, okay? And this is one of the things that she says in her video, and I love it so much. And she goes, people come for a lot of people and say that they've changed, right? She goes, I am 29 years old. I am not the person that I was when I was in high school. This is completely flawless, what you're about to hear, okay? She says, when I was in high school, she goes, I used to go to churches and take their signs down and replace them with my own signs. She goes, one of my signs said, come in your pants. And I love Jesus. Girl, I was howling listening to this. I mean, she owns her shit, right? And then she goes through this whole thing and she says, you know what I wonder a lot of times about the internet? And I thought this was a really valid point. She said, were things always this bad? She goes, you know, were people gossiping and were like stories out there and reviews of were things always this bad? But just because of the world we're in today, you know, like with social media and the internet and YouTube, like we have better access, easier access to knowing everything about somebody. You know, like, is that what makes it worse, or is the world just never changed? And this is what I love about a YouTuber like this, is I love a YouTuber that really gets me thinking. And I was thinking about that in response to the Nats video, right? Now, if Gigi Gorgeous, you know, was, I don't know, famous for having written a book, okay? And we only saw her at red carpet events, and she didn't have a YouTube channel where we saw her intimate life, and we only saw pictures of her, you know, in magazines with Nats on her side. We probably wouldn't have a whole lot to say about her, would we? We probably wouldn't have a whole lot to say where we dissect apart the vlog, and but unfortunately, we put all of that out there. I put all of that out there, okay? I put all of that out there for people to dissect and to make, you know, their own opinions about, wrong or right. And maybe I'm completely wrong about Nats. Maybe Nats is a really awesome human being. You know, I don't know. I've never met her. But if I did, I would totally give her the opportunity to show me who she is as a person. I would not go into that situation and go, she's a piece of shit. I don't do that with people. Anybody in the world. But I will say it's harder, you know, when you see all this stuff that you make generalizations about the world. And that's what I did when I was going into this video. So then I go into her Q&A, okay? And I'm watching all these videos. I'm going to her Q&A. And she's talking on here. I'm telling you right now, okay? This girl, this is what I love. People don't like her. They think she's fake and she's a name dropper and all this kind of stuff. Baby, I talked yesterday about Jeffree Star, who's a self-proclaimed realest bitch on YouTube. No, I think this is the realest bitch on YouTube, hands down. I think she is so real. one of the questions she gets is, what do you say to people when they tell you that you wear too much makeup? And she said, I wear a lot of makeup because I feel like a badass bitch, and baby, it ain't that deep. It comes off. And she said, if you don't like it, you can suck 27,000 dicks. What, girl? Oh my God, I loved it. I lived for it. She talks about her marriage, she talks about her husband. She said, people ask all these questions about how she went to YouTube full-time to make money. And she was like, she goes, I am so excited that I can make money and live full-time off of this. I'm so thankful for this. She is fucking humble. I thought she was cool as shit. I thought what she had to say about drama channels, I didn't find one thing in there that I didn't agree with. I thought that she was really, she said, you know, all these drama channels want to call people liars and come for them, but they never want to say anything positive. They never, you know, will apologize. They won't ever forgive somebody. They won't ever let somebody grow from their experience. And I think that's true. And that's why I try to do something different on my channel. That's why I try to have second and third videos where I come back, like on Simply Kenna, and I say, you know what, the girl made an apology. Let's think about what she had to say. That's why I, you know, talked about Jeffree Star's apology. Love it or hate it. Like, you know, that's why we talk about it. And I was really impressed with who she is. And in one of her things at the end of her video, she talks on there and she says, and this really, you know, got me close to home because my mother's passed away as well. And she said that her parents have both passed away. Her mother passed away when she was 15. And she talks about it on there. And she talked about what kind of person that her mother was. And, you know, I think a lot of us were very blessed to have amazing parents in our life. I know that I was. And, you know, she goes in there and she talks earlier in the video about young people out there and that we need to be concerned about the younger generation because they're going to be the people that are going to be taking care of us as we get older. And they're going to be the people that are going to be running our world. And I totally agree with her. And I say that on a regular basis in all of my videos. And a lot of younger people come for me. I'm only looking out for you. So I don't really know what to say badly about this girl. I really like her. She had me so enticed in all of her videos. And I guess the only thing I could say if I was speaking right to you, Kristi, right to you, right at this moment, is that I would tell you that I think that your mother, were she here, would be very proud of the content that you put out. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.